Hey everyone, my name is Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Sierra Romeo Charlie, and I'm here in beautiful North Carolina at Estate Game Land, Kilo 6917 for all you POTA folks. And my question I got today on my email was, hey Stuart, can Canadian hams activate US parks? Well, absolutely we can. I've been doing it for a month here in Florida, North Carolina, and South Carolina without any problems. But there's some things you need to know as a Canadian amateur in order to operate legally down here in the United States. Let's get into that. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Again, I'm Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Sierra Romeo Charlie. We're going to answer the question. We got my email today. Said, hey, Stuart, what do I need to do to activate parks in the U.S.? You've been doing it for about a month now. What do we need to do? Well, first off, there's some things you need to know. Well, yes, Canadian amateurs and U.S. amateurs can travel freely back and forth and operate without any special permission or any certificates or any documentation. You just need your valid license. I carry my Industry Canada, or whatever they're called now, ISED certificate with me that has my call, my class of license, and I also carry my personal identification, my passport, and my driver's license. Trust me, I needed my driver's license not too long ago at a park to show who I was. A park warden, park ranger asked me to produce some ID, which I had. So make sure you have your ID with you. Make sure you have your license with you. And that's basic. The basic pointer is right there: license and your ID. But there's some other things you need to know about identifying on the air and what you can and cannot do. So, like I said, there's really no big restrictions between Canadians coming down to the U.S. to operate. You can just cross the border and start calling CQ right away. But when you call, now, not to get confused, because there are some confusion on the right way to do it, it is always your call sign / the call area. So I've been in North Carolina for a while, North Carolina, South Carolina. I identify Victor Echo 9, Sierra Romeo Charlie, stroke W4, or portable whiskey 4, or mobile whiskey 4. It's not whiskey 4 / or whiskey 4 portable or whiskey 4 mobile. Then my call sign is your call sign, Victor Echo 9, Sierra Romeo Charlie, portable whiskey 4, mobile whiskey 4, or even / whiskey 4. That's the proper way to do it. Okay, I forgot one more thing. When you're down here and you're using the call areas, it's always whiskey, not kilo or alpha. It's Victor Echo 9, Sierra Romeo Charlie, stroke whiskey 4. Or if you go to Puerto Rico, I think it's Kilo Papa 4. Or always check what the proper call area. But in North Carolina, New York, Arizona, it's always whiskey, not kilo, not alpha, not November. Always whiskey. Not to get confused when you're going to Europe. When you go to Europe, there's a different set of rules there, because Canada and US have a reciprocal operating agreement between the two countries. That's why we do / call area. So, for example, Americans going to Saskatchewan would be whiskey 6 Papa Delta Delta / VE5, not VE5 stroke whiskey 6 Papa Delta Delta. There are your rules for Europe that are different. Like I said, you would go to France, I would be Foxtrot stroke Victor Echo 9 Sierra Romeo Charlie. I'm not going to get into that today, what the rules are there. Just know it's different for Europe or other countries. The U.S. is always Victor Echo 9 Sierra Romeo Charlie stroke whiskey 4. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's the right way to do it. Or portable or mobile. You also have to legally identify every 30 minutes with your full call sign and your exact location. For example, I identify Victor Echo 9 Sierra Romeo Charlie portable whiskey 4 at Kilo 6917, and the park name I'm at. I think the FCC rules are every 10 minutes, but I may be wrong. Again, I'm not an expert on U.S. amateur rules. I only know the Canadian rules. So make sure you identify. Make sure you properly call your call sign. Make sure you have your license. Those are the basic things you need to know. And respect the U.S. band plans. They are different than the band plans are a little different than they are in Canada. For example, general class licenses can't operate in certain frequencies where we can basically go wherever we want as Canadians. So I hope that helps you if you're a Canadian traveling down to the U.S. this summer, or you're a snowbird. Again, if you're a permanent resident of the United States but a Canadian citizen like I was for a number of years, you have to get a license down here. This whole video is structured if you're visiting the United States. If you're a permanent resident of the U.S., you need to have a U.S. call sign. For example, when I was living in Florida, I couldn't be living in Florida for 6 years with Victor Echo 9 Sierra Romeo Charlie stroke W4. That would be wrong. I would have to get a proper call sign and pass a U.S. amateur test. But if you're just visiting, no problem. Travel across the border with your Canadian call sign and operate away. I'm Stuart, Victor Echo 9 Sierra Romeo Charlie, portable whiskey 4 in North Carolina. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a comment below. Is there something I missed? Let me know. I'm not an expert at this. I'm just a guy passing along some information. 7-3, and we're out of here.